Pethidine?
100 mils.
When did you notice?
Just now when I did the check.
And nobody signed for it.
Oh, honey. I was just tidying up a bit.
There's a discrepancy with the drug stock take.
Hang on, I broke one of the ampules when I went to give it to him. I had to go and get another one.
You showed someone before you threw it away?
Well, no. The poor bloke was in a lot of pain.
So we've only got your word for it.
So you think I'd give the boy drugs?
I don't know. He got them from somewhere.
What on earth gives you the idea that I'd supply drugs to anyone, let alone a 15-year-old kid?
I broke the damn ampule. If you don't believe me, ask Mr. Thorley.
We can't. He checked himself out just after you gave him the shot.
And the name and address he gave were false. We can't trace him.
Looks like he was an addict out for a quick fix. They're very convincing with the symptoms.
He's the only one who can corroborate your story, and he's disappeared off the face of the earth.
You think I'm a drug pusher?
Got a hematemesis in 2, got him on an IV, just sitting on him for a while. BP's 100 on 70.
Right.
Otherwise, a pretty uneventful shift. Dr. McKenna in yet?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him. Why did you want him?
Yes.
Not resigning already, are you?
Of course not.
You seem stressed out, Hono, my old mate. What you need is a dirty weekend away like I just had. Waiheke Island, beautiful spot. And the women.
I think I'll pass.
No, I met this advertising executive. Man, talk about dynamic. You know what career women are like? Driven, if you know what I mean.
Have a good weekend?
Oh, yeah. It was just one massive rage from start to finish.
I thought you were going to veg out for 2 days.
Well, it was, but you know how it is. All these party invitations, couldn't refuse them.
Yeah, I don't know how she kept up her energy, you know? I mean, all day sailing and scuba diving and most of the night partying. It kept her fit, though. Curves in all the right places, long legs right up to her backside.
I'd better go, or else I'm going to cop it from robo-nerves.
A bloke would have to keep himself pretty fit to keep up with her.
Hey, Ellie, do you know if Jackie's rusted on this morning?
I don't know. Why?
I need to talk to you about a patient we had in yesterday. I'm in the proverbial up to my neck.
Why, what's happened?
Well, we had this patient in yesterday with severe abdo pains. Dr. Fleming saw him and ordered pethidine, which I gave to him, but I broke one of the ampules and had to go and get another one. Now, McKenna doesn't believe me and thinks I've been pinching drugs.
Why would he think that?
Well, there's been stuff missing, evidently, and I'm #1 suspect. I didn't get anyone to check the ampule before I threw it away. And the patient's the only one who can prove that I'm telling the truth.
Well, why don't they ask the patient?
I can't. He checked himself out and disappeared. Seems like he's a junkie who was out for a quick fix. So if I can't prove I actually gave it to him, I've had it.
I know I put them down somewhere.
What?
The car keys.
Yep.
Oh, thanks. Right, I'm off.
Mum, can I have some money? I've only got enough left for a bus fare.
No, you can't.
But I promised a mate I'd go round his place.
Nick, you're grounded, remember? So unless you want to tell me where you got those pills from, forget it. I'll see you tonight. Oh, hello.
I've just come to pack the rest of my things.
Right. Well, I'll see you tonight.
So I guess you're still moving out then?
Yeah.
Well, do you have to? It's been neat having someone like you around here to stick up for me.
You're big and ugly enough to stick up for yourself.
Well, look, I know Mum can be a pain and stuff, but well, what the heck did you two argue about anyway?
It's not something I want to talk about.
Well, how about I get her to apologise for what she said?
Nick, living here was a temporary arrangement anyway, just until I got settled in.
Well, where will you go?
I don't know. I'll take my stuff over to the clinic until I can organise somewhere.
Well, us splitting up obviously hasn't bothered Chris, the way he was carrying on this morning. I mean, does anyone really care what he got up to on Waiheke?
Well, the advertising executive probably does.
Yeah, right. The one with legs all the way up to her backside.
What's all this?
What did I miss out on? Oh, absolutely nothing. Just Chris bragging about his latest conquest. I used to think he was a really sophisticated guy. Men are all the same. My aunt reckons they all go through life looking through the zip in their trousers.
You forget him. You should play the field a bit. There's no point in being tied down to one relationship.
Oh, listen to her. She's just glad Chris is back on the market again.
That's not true.
Well, you're welcome to him. That's if you want to be the next topic of locker room conversation.
Well, it's better than being chased around by a 15-year-old schoolboy.
Kirsty, at least you got someone who's madly in love with you.
The only person Nick's madly in love with at the moment is himself.
Ugh, who needs him? What we should do is have a girls' night out. All three of us. Go out on the town.
Yeah, no men allowed. That's a great idea. What do you say, Alison?
Oh, sure. Why not? We could go to Randy's. There's always some really cute guys hanging out there. Gina, we're supposed to be swearing off men for the night. That's the whole point of a ladies' night out. Oh, yeah. Right.
Have we had some drugs stolen, Miss Burton?
Why do you ask?
Well, evidently, young Steve Mills has been telling all the nurses that he's been accused of taking them.
Oh, that's not true. There was a discrepancy with the stock which we questioned him about, but no one accused him of anything.
Well, the way I heard it, the stuff had been disappearing by the handful.
Look, we are a little concerned, but Dr. McKenna doesn't want to make a big thing of it. Any number of people have access to the supplies. It's simply a matter of keeping our eyes open and tightening up on security.
Of course. Don't worry. I'll keep my eyes open for anything funny.
I'm sure you will.
Mind you, I've always thought that the man who delivers the laundry got very shifty eyes. You notice that?
No, I can't say that I have.
And I heard that Dr. Roperter had been given the 3rd degree by a police officer from the drug squad the other day.
Hi, I'm just here to see my mum, all right?
Yes, I suppose so.
The bus only comes once every 2 hours. Can you believe that?
Really? Now, there's another one who can be light-fingered when he wants to be.
Nick?
Motive and opportunity. Well, that's what the detectives look for in the movies, and he's certainly got both.
Mum?
Oi, what do you think you're up to?
I was just after Mum's house keys. I locked myself out.
Is that right?
Well, what's going on, Nick? You know where the spare key is. It's at home.
Yeah, I know.
What other keys does your mother have on her key ring?
House key, the clinic key, the safe key.
Well, how did you know that? I've never told you.
Well, the name on the key's the same brand as the safe. Well, I just thought anyway. Well, what is this? I just came in here to see you. All I wanted was some money.
You come in here quite often, Nick. No one thinks twice about seeing you round the place. Sometimes the office is left unattended. Certainly long enough for you to get the drug cupboard keys out of the safe.
Oh, so that's what this is all about. You think I got the uppers from here, don't you?
Nick, I don't know what to think. I used to be able to trust you.
Great. Anything goes wrong, blame it on me.
Well, you hardly inspire confidence, Nick. You refuse to tell your mother where you got those pills from.
Not from here. I mean, geez, I didn't even know the key was kept in the safe. I just came in here to see my mother, not to case the joint.
Now, if you have any trouble, don't hesitate to contact Doctor.
Caves.
What? The Caves Bar. Ever been there?
Never heard of it.
That's where Gina reckons we should go tonight. It's got a big pool in the middle filled with crocodiles and a saber-toothed tiger.
Not a real one.
And the barman dressed in animal skins like cavemen.
There's this one guy, you should see him. He's absolutely
Gina.
divine. We're supposed to be swearing off men for the evening.
Yeah, besides, I can't afford to go anywhere too fancy.
But why don't we get a video and just stay at home?
Oh, yeah, let's get Top Gun out again. That Tom Cruise is so gorgeous.
We are not going to be able to get her mind off men for 10 minutes, let alone a whole evening.
I better get back. I'll catch you later.
See you, Gina.
Hi, Dr. Roperter. Going away somewhere?
No.
Dr. Roperter, call from Los Angeles.
I'll take it in the staff room.
Just 1 minute, please. Personal call, I'd say. A woman.
Have you checked Mr. Henley?
Yes.
All right.
Complaining of pain. I've asked Dr. Warner to take a look at him.
Miss Mills? Look, I know you feel hard done by, but we have to work together. Now, if you have a problem with that, I suggest we reconsider your working roster.
I know, I'm fine, Miss Burton. It's just gratifying to know how much confidence the clinic management have in their staff.
I'm just so relieved you're safe. Fantastic news. Sure, I'll see you soon. Bye. Yes!
That was obviously good news.
The best. Claire's in LA. She's out of Guatemala.
Your fiancé?
Yeah, now that she's safe, I can start to clear up a few things. And let my family know I'm back in the country.
What?
You remember that's why I didn't want to treat that patient the other day? He's a friend of my brother's.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I guess I owe you an explanation.
No, it's your business.
Detective Inspector Mallard, please. My name is Hornet Opato. That's right. You free for lunch? I'll tell you the whole sordid mess.
Okay.
Inspector Mallard, that information you wanted. I can tell you everything you want to know now.
As I was saying to Carrie, there are so many people with access to the drugs, it's difficult to know in which direction to point the finger.
Yes, it is.
But I can't believe it's anyone of the medical profession. I mean, why would they want to risk their career for the sake of a few extra dollars in their pockets?
Marge, Carrie did tell you we're trying to keep the lid on this for the time being.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, you can trust me. I wouldn't put a word out of place. The way rumour travels round here. Of course, it did occur to me that there are people unconnected with the clinic who come in there quite often. People who know their way around the place. People who might easily help themselves to something they could make a few dollars on.
Like who?
Oh, delivery drivers, sales reps.
You mean reps from the drug companies? Like your Daryl?
Oh, no. No, if they're into that sort of thing, they could more easily steal from their own supplies, couldn't they? No, I was thinking more along the lines of someone close to the clinic, like Nick, for example.
I was wondering how long it'd take to get round to him.
Oh, dear, I'm not saying that he did it. But when you consider that he did get hold of those pills the night he and Stuart went to that dance party.
Yes, Marge, that's true. And unfortunately, hundreds of other teenagers in the city seem to find it very easy to get their hands on drugs. Does that make every person under 20 a suspect? Or are you determined to pin this on Nick?
Oh, I was only saying that.
Stuart experimented that night too, and he comes in here almost as often as Nick does. My goodness, Marge. You don't suppose he could have done it, do you?
Oh, no. Oh, Jen, I must get back to the clinic. Kirsty will be wondering what on earth's happened to me.
Mr. Henley's hemoglobin level's way down and he's still bleeding. Pulse through the sky. I'll have to operate. Can Meredith assist?
Well, she's got appointments this afternoon, but Dr. Robert is around. He may be able to.
Great. Will you ask him?
He's out to lunch at the moment. They both are together.
Well, we can't wait. You'll have to page him as soon as pos. Who's the rostered anaesthetist?
Dr. Rawlings, but she's tied up a general for the next 2 hours. Don't worry, I'll get someone else.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie.
I'd been in Guatemala about 3 months when I realized that a lot of the supplies that were supposed to be coming through to the aid agency were disappearing. The locals didn't seem to care, so I started making a few inquiries. Got nowhere. And then one night I was warned not to make waves. That just made me more determined to find out who was behind it. Claire and I had been seeing each other for a while by then, but I didn't tell her anything of what I'd found out. I didn't want her in any danger. I discovered that the area we were in was controlled by a local drug baron, and that the supplies were a payoff. Eventually, I found someone who was prepared to name names, but on the night I was supposed to meet him, I was shanghaied by 2 gunmen. They took me out to the jungle, miles from anywhere, put the gun to my head and gave me the choice. Either they'll finish me off then and there, or I could take my chances in the jungle. And if I survived, I was never to tell the police what I'd found out. If I did, they threatened to bring Claire to the same spot and not give her the choice. Have you ever been that close to death? You can be more idealistic and courageous than anyone else, but when you're looking down that gun barrel, nothing seems as important as just staying alive.
You obviously opted for the jungle.
Yeah, it took me 3 weeks to cross the border and finally get back to civilization. If I hadn't made a point of talking to the Indians when I first arrived, learned how they survived out there, I never would have made it. When I finally got back to Belize, I learned that the police were looking for me in connection with drug smuggling. If I'd gone to them, tried to clear my name, I would have put Claire in danger. I had to try to get her out first, but it was impossible with the police one step behind me. I came back here, Left everything behind. Money, possessions, everything.
And that's why you didn't contact your family?
Well, apart from the fact that I'd apparently dishonored the family name by allegedly getting mixed up in a drug ring, I thought Interpol might be watching the place. Until I was sure Claire was safe, I wasn't taking any risks.
And have you contacted them now?
Yes, I phoned my mother today.
She must have been pleased to hear from you.
Oh, I don't know. She didn't say a lot. She was crying too much.
Dr. Ropater, it's the clinic.
Tell them we're on our way.
I'm sure that McKenna will be quite disappointed to hear that you're not the drug runner he thought you were.
Yes. At last I can live a normal life instead of feeling like a fugitive.
Who's next, Marge?
Mrs. Crozier, cut hand. Over there.
Dr. Ropater, Dr. Warner wants you to assist him in theatre, the ruptured ulcer.
Mr. Henley.
Yes, they're taking him up to theatre now.
Right. Well, Dr. McKenna, I wonder if I could have a word.
Sorry, running late for a meeting.
I've been trying to see you all day.
Well, is it important?
No, not particularly. Nothing that won't wait until you can fit me into your busy schedule.
Yeah, okay, 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, I'm running late for theatre.
Hi, Henley didn't improve, I take it. Wouldn't be here if he did. Who's the anaesthetist? Graham Whitfield.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know, but we didn't have a choice. Rawlings was held up over at General and no one else was available on short notice.
Oh, no wonder you wanted someone to assist. One of us will have to keep an eye on him.
Oh, come on, he'll be all right. Everyone has their off days. You didn't happen to see him on your way in, did you?
No. Another off day, do you reckon?
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. It's my fault. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Thanks.
Meredith, do you know where Hone might be? He's rostered on.
Oh, he's in theatre. There was an emergency burst ulcer.
Oh.
Can I give him a message?
No. I suppose you've heard about the missing drugs.
Poor Hone. McKenna accused him. The way some people jump to conclusions around here, it's frightening.
Well, I guess it's something to do with the time Hone spent away. The police were questioning him.
Yeah, I know, he told me about it.
What did he say?
I think you should ask him about that. But I can tell you one thing. He's definitely no drug runner.
Hey, Steve-O, what are you doing in here?
I've just been asking myself the same question.
Aren't you supposed to be in theatre?
Yep. I thought I'd hang around here a while and see if I could sell anyone some dope.
Hey, come on. Nobody really thinks you've been stealing those drugs.
Don't they? McKenna does, and Burton too. It's not fair. I know Robo Nurse and I have had our differences, but I still thought she respected me. As a nurse, at least.
She does.
Yeah, obviously.
Look, I can't speak for Nurse Burton, but I think that you're a great nurse. Not just because you do your job well, but the way you make people feel happy. Hey, they say that laughter's the best medicine. So you must be the best nurse around here, by a long shot.
You're only saying that to cheer me up.
Absolutely. Did it work?
Yeah, you bet. Look, I better get to theatre. Thanks, Ellie. Cop you later.
Okay, Marge, I'm off now. If you see Alison, tell her I'm at the coffee shop.
Right.
Hello, Dr. Whitfield.
Oh, Dr. Whitfield, you're here. I'll let the theatre know.
Are you okay, Dr. Whitfield?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Better get in there. Sorry I'm late, I got held up.
Don't worry about it. We're still waiting for the anaesthetist.
Just don't tell Robo Nurse. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Why, what have you been up to?
Oh, haven't you heard? I'm making a fortune peddling drugs I'm knocking off from the clinic.
Oh, they think you're into it as well. Maybe they think we've got a cartel going.
You too.
Yes, and as McKenna doesn't seem that desperate to hear my side of the story, he can go on thinking it.
All I did was smash a lousy ampule of pethidine and they think I'm ripping the place off.
Marge has got no end of suspects, but she's convinced Nick could have something to do with it.
Certainly a possibility after today's little episode. Hone asked to speak to me earlier.
What about?
He wouldn't say.
Well, it's hardly likely to be a signed confession.
Do you think he could have done it?
I wouldn't if that drug squad detective hadn't come to see him. But if he lied about how he left Guatemala, he could lie about anything. Maybe you should call the police. They may be able to get to the truth.
Within 5 minutes, it'd be splashed all over the newspapers. No, I thought I might try private investigators. They'd get the job done without disrupting the place too much.
Well, it's up to you, but you've got to do something fairly quickly.
Yes, I realise that.
Graham, sorry to have to call you in. Dragged you off the golf course, did we?
No, nothing like that. Taking his head pre-med?
Certainly has. Much longer, he would have to use a rubber hammer.
Better get on with it, eh?
Oh, there you are. Marge gave you the message then.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. Had to help Steve out. Poor beggar. He's so upset about all this drugs business. He was way late and he had to go to theatre.
Oh, the emergency op they called Dr. Whitfield in for.
Yeah.
Did you see him, Dr. Whitfield?
No. Why?
Oh, he just seemed a bit strange, that's all. He'd probably just woken up or something.
I wouldn't think so. They called him in over an hour ago.
Not some guy with glasses wearing a blue jacket. Yeah, why? Do you know him? I was getting some groceries in from the car and he nearly knocked me over. Man, he was flying high, weaving about all over the place.
Gina, I don't think it's the same man.
Well, what did he look like?
Oh, about.
This tall, brown hair, glasses. Like I said, wearing a blue jacket. That's him.
Not if he was spaced out, it wasn't. That guy's operating for Pete's sake.
Man, I'm telling you, this guy was off his face, either drunk or stoned, but I couldn't smell any booze on him. There was definitely something strange about him. We better check it out, Alison. He can't anaesthetise somebody in that state.
Is it you or is it me? Lately I've been lost, it seems. I think the change is what I need. If I'm looking for a chance or a dream, Shortland Street. Taking time to hold my place. Yesterday's another place. Just living for the times we've seen. When the writing on the wall says I'll be Shortland Street. If you want to find a way of searching for another world, it's hard to see. Shortland Street.
This program was made with the help of your broadcasting fee, so you can see more of New Zealand on air.